Aztecs. The Alamo City Aztecs come in with a record of 3-3 overall on the NABL season. Starting at point guard, standing at 5'8", out of San Antonio, Texas, number 2, Kevin Jones. Starting at guard, at 6'2", out of Lafayette, Louisiana, number 32, Wendell Tebow. Starting at forward, at 6'8", out of Oral Roberts University, number 0, Tim Morton. At forward, at 5'10", out of Southwest High School, number 5, Jawan Hall. And starting down low at 6'6" from Austin Peay University, number 13, Chris Freeman. The head coach of the Alamo City Aztecs is Sean Williams. And now here is the starting lineup for your Western Conference champion, Dallas Hoyas. Starting at guard, standing at 6'2" from Mid-American Christian University, number 3, Charlie Shorter. At guard, at 6'4", out of the University of Oregon, the reigning NABL MVP, number 5, Bruce Barrett. At guard, at 6'4", out of Mississippi State University, number 0, C.J. Carter. At forward, standing tall at 6'7", number 34, Rico Pilas. And the big man down low, standing at 6'10", out of McGee State, number 11, J. Brad Jarvis Bradley. The head coach of your Hoyas is Paul Parker. Yeah!
And we welcome you to the North American Basketball League, week number 10 of the regular season. Exactly 1 month left until the NABL playoffs begin, and that is what is on the mindset of these two ball clubs today. Welcome to the X-Line Center, just under the shadow of the iconic Dallas-Fort Worth skyline here in North Texas. Ken Buckner with you courtside at the X-Line Center for this NABL Western Conference matchup between the visiting Alamo City Aztecs at 3-3 and the 3-4 overall 2-3 within the West Conference Dallas Hoyas. Your Dallas Hoyas are in red, their home uniforms with white numerals, and Dallas Hoyas in cursive across the chest. The Alamo City Aztecs traveling today from San Antonio, their black jerseys and turquoise Aztecs. Ball is up, and the Hoyas win the tip, but it goes off fingertips and will remain in the Hoyas' possession. Rico Piravilas sizing up on that one against Tim Morton, 6'8" versus 6'10". And we are underway here in Dallas, Texas. Quarter number 1. Charlie Shorter losing the handle as he crosses the timeline, regains it. Tosses over to the near side to Bruce Barron. Bruce Barron on the left wing. Screen set by Jarvis Bradley. Down low, give and go play, but Tim Morton was there on defense. Long pass that overshoots C.J. Carter, and the ball goes back to the Alamo City Aztecs. Well, it was in week number 3 that the Alamo City Aztecs shocked the Dallas Hoyas. This game taking place on the Aztecs' home floor in San Antonio, Texas. Their first ever victory in their franchise, let alone the season, as Wendell Tebow drives the right side of the lane. Ball tipped on the rebound, short on the shot, no good. Still scoreless with 11:29 left to go in the first quarter. Bruce Barron gallops his way on the left side. He'll charge the lane. Ball stripped away by Wendell Tebow. Great defensive play, but it'll go right back into the Hoyas. And 37 seconds have elapsed without a bucket being scored in the contest. Charlie Shorter inbound, long pass to Bruce Barron, top of the arc. Ball tipped away once again by Wendell Tebow. And give it to Kevin Jones. Kevin Jones near side, dishes it off. And a long shot by Juwan Hall. Counted, good for 3 from behind the arc for Juwan Hall. And Aztecs are leading 3-0 with 11:06 and counting in the first quarter, trying to replicate the stunner that also gave the Hoyas their first loss of this, what has been somewhat tumultuous 2017 season. C.J. Carter, right side to Bruce Barron. Bruce Barron holds, fakes left, goes left, dribbling with his left side and off and in. They count the basket and the foul.
Count the basket and the foul. At the line to shoot one, Bruce Barron. Foul charge to Alamo City, number 13, Chris Freeman, his first.
Chris Freeman picks up his first. Bruce Barron tries to even the ball game and does not. And 2 weeks ago, that was a big Achilles heel for the Hoyas. Alamo City all unattended, but he stuffs himself no good. And the rebound finally scooped up by Bruce Barron. What in the world? There goes the high step. Bruce Barron to the left side, feeling good now after being injured a little bit. That errant shot by Charlie Shorter, no good. And rebound by Wendell Tebow, rather. Tebow gets the ball punched away in his way down the lane, tries to loft for prayer. Rebound by Jarvis Bradley. Rico Piravilas got a hand on that shot. 10:04 remains in the first quarter. 4-3 Hoyas. Bruce Barron with all 4 of the points. Charlie Shorter drives the right side, has a good clear look. Too much on that, too high, but Rico Piravilas was there. He'll kick it out to Jarvis Bradley in between the circles. Jay Brad wants to drive the lane. Look at the nimble Jarvis Bradley and ties the ball up after the shot was no good. So the jump ball will be taken by the 2 tallest players on the floor, the 6'10" Jarvis Bradley and the 6'10" Tim Morton. So this will be a battle for airborne supremacy, no doubt, as the Alamo City Aztec fans certainly have traveled well today. Ball up, and both miss it. Tim Morton gets it, and here goes Juwan Hall with a one-handed jam. Juwan Hall, 5 points in this contest, and it's a 5-4 Alamo City lead with 9.5 left to go in the opening frame. Both Paul Parker and Shad Williams, the respective head coaches of their teams, still sitting. No reason to get up as C.J. Carter is shoved to the hardwood on his way to the basket.
Alamo City foul shooting foul, his first of the game, charged to number 2, Kevin Jones. At the line to shoot 2, C.J. Carter.
Kevin Jones picks up his first. C.J. Carter lofts his first and makes it in. C.J. Carter, one of the more experienced veteran players on the Hoyas, back for his second season under the tutelage of Paul Parker. Ties things up at 5. Ball lofts through and in. 9:18 remaining in the first quarter, a 6-5 Hoyas lead. Long range shot off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound by Bradley, but tipped away by Tebow and out of bounds. Hoyas retain possession, as Piravilas will bounce it in to Bruce Barron, who talks to Sean Williams, the skipper for the Alamo City Aztecs. Crosses the stripe at the center square. Over to Charlie Shorter, 9 minutes even. Charlie Shorter weaving his way through.
Charlie Shorter.
And 8-5, Hoyas lead with 8:50 left to go in the first quarter. Kevin Jones in between the circles. Bounce pass. It's almost picked off. Charlie Shorter can do that. And then a shot by Freeman. Nothing but net. What a shot by Chris Freeman. His first bucket of the game. 8-7, Hoyas. 8.5 remaining in the first quarter. Standing in the blue middle circle, Charlie Shorter. Kevin Jones on defense. Rico Pirvillis sets the screen. Bounce pass, beautiful pass, but it was off the knee of Pirvillis, who wasn't ready for it. And here comes Juwan Hall the other way. He'll keep it, bounce it up the square, no good. Rebound underneath by Horton, and a foul on the way up. I thought it was CJ.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his first of the game, charged to number 0, CJ Carter.
Derek. Hey, Derek. Well, while we get some clarification on whether that was CJ Carter or not, Tim Morton knocks down his first. And the first substitutions of the game as Kevin Jones comes out. And that will be Donovan Gage that makes his appearance on the floor. Paul Parker sticking with his starting five, and both knocked in by Tim Morton. That gives Alamo City the lead 9-8 with 8:08 left to go. First quarter of action here from the X-Line Center in Dallas, Texas. On NABLbasketball.com. Long-range shot from the left wing. That may have been tipped off of Wendell Teeble's hands. No, it wasn't. It was just wide right by Bruce Barron. And a bounce in, giving Alamo City the ball. 7:50 remaining in the first. Wendell Tebow running the point over to the right side. Long-range shots, sinking it in. How about that? Off the bench and in. Well, no, that's Juwan Hall with his second three ball of the game. 8 so far, 12-8, Alamo City lead. Rico Pirvillis, top of the arc, drives from the right side. He'll loft his way through. Rico Pirvillis. 10-12, Hoyas trail. Tebow drives the lane, finds some good defense by Bruce Barron, has to kick it out, and lofting it in and realigning the net is Chris Freeman, and a whistle as we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor. And a delay of game charge to Alamo City.
Delay of game charge to Alamo City. Their first of the game. Timeouts taken on the floor.
So a delay of game, if you did not hear the wonderful PA announcer announce that. That charge to the Alamo City bench. So their first bench technical of the game. Stops things with 14-10. Aztecs in the lead. 7:15 left to go in the first quarter with the clock frozen. Timeout taken on the floor. Your NABL officiating crew today for the game against the Hoyas and Aztecs: Nelson Isles, Darren Caraway, and Gary Doc Dotson. It'll be Hoyas ball inbounding from the right side. Charlie Shorter bounces it into Bruce Barron and back to Charlie Shorter. Back underway with the Hoyas trailing by 4 on their home court, trying to avenge a Week 3 loss to Alamo City. Double screen set. Charlie Shorter tries to find some daylight and room. And a give down low to Jarvis Bradley. Good defense by Tim Morton. Ball stopped away, but better defense by Charlie Shorter. Baseline back to Jarvis Bradley behind the back and in. Rico Pirvillis.
And the foul, Rico Pirvillis. Alamo City foul, shooting foul. His first, number 32, Wendell Tebow. At the line, Rico Pirvillis.
Now, Rico Piravilis, it's always a bit dicey on what he will do from the charity stripe. No worries on that. And it draws the Hoyas within one. 14-13, 6:45 remaining in the opening quarter. Wendell Tebow, after picking up that shooting foul, drifts to his right. Alamo City out of San Antonio, Texas. Tim Morton lofts it too much, and it goes to Jarvis Bradley. Charlie Shorter bobbing and weaving his way through. They don't have the numbers, but they have the gumption. Slammed up against the board by Donovan Gage. What a stuff after a beautiful display of maneuvering by the Hoyas. Tandem of Shorter and Piravilis. Traveling called on on Donovan Gage. 6:11 remains in the first quarter of action. 14-13 Alamo City. Charlie Shorter bouncing, takes a long shot for three off the back iron, no good. Rebound Wendell Tebow. And an even 6 left to go in this opening quarter. From the left side, driving baseline, kicks it out to Juwan Hall. Takes the shot, now will take it from three. And Juwan Hall on fire. His third three-pointer of the first quarter. He has 11. The Aztecs have 17 to the Hoyas 13 with 5:41 remaining in the first. Bruce Barron slowing it down a bit. Jarvis Bradley prepared to set the screen. He does. Bruce Barron tries to answer back, but short on the shot. Bruce Barron having some problems from long range and bouncing the ball, trying to retain the rebound out of bounds. And another timeout on the floor. We will do as well. 17-13, 5.5 remains. Alamo City with the lead.
Timeouts on the floor.
Started in between quarters. And actually, you may want to do that in between, in the middle of a quarter, like right now, just to keep the file size smaller.
Come on, Hoyas fans, let's make some noise!
And welcome back here to the X-Line. Centers 17-13. The Aztecs lead the Hoyas with 5.5 remaining in the first quarter of action. Bounce pass into Charlie Shorter after the turnover by Wendell Tebow. Ball tipped away by Wendell Tebow. He makes up for it and lays it off the glass and in. Wendell Tebow, his first bucket of the game. 19-13, 6-point Alamo City lead. 5:15 remains in the first quarter. Charlie Shorter motioning to his offense. Rico Piravilis sets the screen. He wants to go right. He goes to Piravilis with a long-range shot from 20. No good. Rebound Gabriel Garza, who's checked in. And long range to Juwan Hall. And Juwan Hall knocks it down. Oh, my. Pardon me. Donovan Gage on the alley-oop. Courtesy of Chris Freeman. Alamo City on a run and feeling it on the road. Their first of 2 games here in Dallas, as tomorrow they will take on the DFW United at the Bob Knight Fieldhouse. Underneath the Rico Piravilis. Somehow Piravilis gets it in. Rico Piravilis. 4.5 remains in the first quarter. 21-15 Alamo City. And between the circles, Wendell Tebow. Bruce Barron guarding. Bounce pass to the right to Juwan Hall. Fakes out Charlie Shorter out of his shoes, doesn't finish. And a rebound by Piravilis as Paul Parker's about ready for some subs. Fouled on his way up by Gabriel Garza is Jarvis Bradley.
Alamo City foul, shooting foul, his first, number 33, Gabriel Garza Jr. At the line to shoot 2, Jarvis Bradley.
And no good on the first by Jarvis Bradley. Checking into the game, DeAndre McIntyre. and Brandon Regis.
Checking into the game for your Hoyas. Number 12, Brandon Regis. Number 20, McIntyre.
As Bruce Barron will take a breather, and so will Charlie Shorter. Jarvis Bradley good on his second. Trims the lead to 5. 4:05 remains in the first quarter. 21-16 Alamo City, who've led throughout the majority of this first quarter. Juwan Hall fakes out Brandon Regis, now kicking it to the right side to Wendell Tebow. Nowhere to go, throws up another prayer, nowhere to go on that either. And I'm talking about the ball. Rebound Jarvis Bradley, and DeAndre McIntyre draws a double team. Almost crosses the stripe. Ball was tipped, so no backcourt. Juwan Hall cannot finish. That's the second time he's come up short after some beautiful finishes. Long-range shot. Ryan Johnson for 3, and Ryan Johnson knocks it down. Ryan Johnson, not just one of the forwards for the Alamo City Aztecs who just landed that 3 ball, but founder of the Alamo City franchise. 3:20 remains in the first quarter, and up by 8, 24-16 are the team from San Antonio. C.J. Carter drew the foul.
Alamo City foul charged to number 4, Donovan Gage, who's first. At the line to shoot to C.J. Carter.
So the Hoyas certainly getting to the line as Donovan Gage will check back in for Alamo City. No, not a shooting foul. But the C.J. Carter will go to the line to shoot 2 because the Hoyas are now in the bonus.
That's a big team foul, right?
Alamo City's 5th team foul. So shooting 2, C.J. Carter.
And once again, a reminder, if you're new to the North American Basketball League in the NABL's second season, we play by the rules that you will so often find in the NBA. There are no 1-and-1s. There are just straight up 2 from the line. C.J. Carter good on his first. Off the back iron, no good on his second. Rico Piravilis, though, snatches down the rebound, and C.J. Carter from the left wing. Dishes with his left hand to Jarvis Bradley down low. Whistle. 3 seconds in the lane, illegal defense.
Alamo City technical foul. Illegal defense. 3 seconds in the key. Shooting C.J. Carter.
So CJ will line right back up to where he once previously was moments ago and shoot the technical foul. And that leaves 3:06 left to go in the first quarter. We've seen some theatrics and fireworks already, mainly from Alamo City, who has the advantage, up by 6, 24-18 on the Hoyas. Brandon Regis dishes it right side to Rico Piravilis. Gabriel Garza, who works his way around Garza, but can't finish the shot. Rebound Alamo City, and a jump pass that goes behind the back of Donovan Gage and out of bounds. Stops things with 2:49 remaining in the first quarter. Brandon Regis walks it up the floor, crossing the timeline. In between the circles to Rico Piravilis. Had the shot if he wanted it. Rico can go from yard. But down into the high post now, down in the lane, C.J. Carter.
C.J. Carter.
From the left side with a head of steam, Donovan Gage. 2:22 remains in the first. 26-20, Alamo City, 6-point lead. Brandon Regis, as Charlie Shorter looks to check back in. Regis drives the lane, loses the handle, and a foul called on Wendell Tebow.
Alamo City foul, shooting foul, his second, number 32, Wendell Tebow. At the line to shoot 2, Brandon Regis.
So a bit of a fortunate call as Brandon Regis knocks it home. Checking back in for Rico Piravilis to go guard heavy on this rotation. For the Hoyas, Charlie Shorter, and his first minutes of the game, Raymond Harris for Coach Shad Williams in Alamo City. 2:13 left to go. First quarter, 26-21, now 26-22. Long-range shots, swirls around and down from downtown. Jasmine Walker. What a shot. 151 remains, 29-22. Alamo City with the lead. Turnover by the Hoyas. Walker comes back. Double team. Dishes it left side to Gabriel Garza. Rifles the ball. Now to Ryan Johnson, right wing. No good off the back iron. Rebound by Jarvis Bradley. Bradley will take it up the floor. Wants his teammates to follow. DeAndre McIntyre scoops it up and lofts it high. Short on the shot, though. Rebound Ryan Johnson. Donovan Gage all the way downtown and fouled on his way up. C.J. Carter not happy. And bordering on drawing the ire of Darren Caraway, as Donovan Gage took a tumble into the padding.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his first of the game, charged to number 0, C.J. Carter. At the line to shoot for Alamo City, shooting 2, Donovan Gage.
And Donovan Gage misses his first. (29-22), 1:19 remains. Aztecs with the lead. And swirls and out on both. Long range going all the way coast to coast, but DeAndre McIntyre stuffs it home. An excellent defense by Brandon Regis, but lofting it and floating a rainbow is Raymond Harris. 60 seconds remain. First quarter's 31-24, back and forth. Driving the right side of the lane and fouled on his way up, Charlie Shorter.
Alamo City foul, shooting foul, his first of the game, number 10, Jasmine Walker. Shooting 2, Shorter.
Shorter lofts his first and rolls it off the front of the rim and in. 48 seconds remain. Opening frame, 31-25. Hoyas trying to scratch their way back. And DeAndre McIntyre, Charlie Shorter knew he was missing that one, got his own rebound. Jarvis Bradley ends up with it, goes and kicks it out to Brandon Regis. Whole right side is left open. Beautiful bounce pass down low to Jarvis Bradley. 34 seconds left to go. 31-27. Hoyas strip the ball away at the timeline. The ball goes back the way of Dallas. Losing the ball was Raymond Harris, but excellent defense made him do it. Almost entirely subs right now on the floor for Alamo City. As C.J. Carter with a raging bull mentality. Left side, ball swatted away by Donovan Gage. Lofted it now to Harris, who's phased it from going out of bounds. Ryan Johnson underneath, beautiful feed to Jasmine Walker. Oh my, 10 ticks remain in the first. 33-27, Hoyas trail the Aztecs. Charlie Shorter, 4-3, fouled on his way up, and the basket.
And count the basket, Charlie Shorter. Alamo City foul, his second of the game, shooting foul, Gabriel Garza. Shooting ball, Charlie Shorter.
And swirls away. 1 tick remains. And that will conclude the first quarter.
After 1:33, Alamo City 28, Dallas. Fans bring him back to the court for the second quarter. Your Hoyas!
Starting the second quarter of action here at the X-Line Center, 33-28. Alamo City leads the Dallas Hoyas in Dallas, Texas. Driving is Walker. Left side, Gabriel Garza, no good. Ball kicked out to Donovan Gage. Ryan Johnson hooks it up for three off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound, Wendell Tebow, and underneath Gabriel Garza. That was a ping-pong ball type sequence of events, and 11:40 remains in the first half. 35-29 Alamo City. Ball kicked away and booted out of the backhand of Brendan Regis, but recaptured on the other side by Jordan Williams, playing in his first game and fouled on his way up. Jordan Williams will head to the line.
Alamo City foul, his second of the game, Donovan Gage. At the line, shooting two, Jordan Williams.
In and out, no good on the first by Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams, 6'6" guard out of the University of North Texas. One of the new pieces that Paul Parker acquired at the trade deadline, as that one rattles in and out, no good either. So not the best of starts for Williams as a Dallas Hoya. Driving the lane and missing the shot altogether. Ryan Johnson bats it away, but Tim Morton back in, recaptures it. Beautiful behind the back pass and around the back pass by Raymond Harris. Winds up going to Jessamine Walker, and he is fouled hard on his way by Tristan Mayberry.
Dallas Hoyas now shooting foul, number 21, his first, Tristan Mayberry. At the line to shoot two, Jessamine Walker.
35-29. Hoyas trail by 6, which has been a common theme throughout this entire first half. Walker good on his first. And Jessamine Watkins, 6'4" guard out of St. Amant High School in Louisiana. Good on both. Was signed May 20th at the trade deadline by Ryan Johnson and company. 11 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 37-29. Alamo City. And going left side, kicks it to KJ Hines, tries to bank it for three, no good. Bounces all the way out for a long rebound to Trenton Mayberry. And Jeremy Hart's up and under and in.
Jeremy Hart.
His first bucket as a Dallas Hoya. Jeremy Hart, point guard, 6'2", 210 pounds as the whistle blows. And he just picks up his first foul as a Dallas Hoya, too, out of McMurray State University.
Hoyas foul, his first, number 23, Jeremy Hart.
Jessamine Walker, far side, baseline drive. Bounce pass under low to Morton. Tim Morton back to bounce pass on the left side, baseline. And in as he is falling, Chris Freeman. 10:04 remains in the first half. 39-31, 8-point Alamo City lead. Hart over to Mayberry, gets the ball tipped by Ryan Johnson. Good defense by Alamo City. Down low. Double coverage out of Mayberry's hands, and the Hoyas having all sorts of trouble. Trenton Mayberry off the glass and in. 9:42 remains. First half. 39-33 Alamo City, who've led somewhat comfortably throughout the duration. And a delayed layup, delayed a little too long, heading to the floor. It's Jessamine Walker, ball tipped out of bounds off the fingertips of Trenton Mayberry. And the Hoyas visibly frustrated at this point. They can ill afford to lose another game this season throughout this final month of the regular season. 2-3 within the Western Conference. And a loss would almost assuredly take them out. Nice little pump fake and move to finish by Ryan Johnson. 5 points for Johnson. Trying to keep his Aztecs fired up to keep this lead up by 41-33, 9:26 left to go in the second quarter. Crossing the strike. Jeremy Hart. Left side to Jordan Williams. Williams takes the shot, foot on the line, in and out off the right side, no good. Rebound Trenton Mayberry, ball stripped out of his hands, but foot on the line was Tim Morton.
Hoyas ball.
So baseline inbound from the right side of the basket. KJ Hines into Jeremy Hart. Hart will take it out. Now around, left side, down the lane. Jeremy Hart off the glass.
Jeremy Hart.
4 points for Hart with 9 minutes exactly left to go in the second quarter. Up by 6, 41-35, Alamo City with the lead and the ball. Jesmyn Walker to Tim Morton, takes a shot right elbow and drains it. Tim Morton, 4 points. Driving the lane but kicking it back out. Trenton Mayberry, KJ Hines from the left wing for 3. That won't fall. Rebound Ryan Johnson, and here come the Aztecs. Ryan Johnson loses the handle, has to stop. Back to Walker. Back to Johnson, but tipped away and fouled by Ryan Johnson. Jordan Williams having a nice little afternoon.
Alamo City foul his first, Ryan Johnson. Timeouts on the floor.
That stops things for the Aztecs up on the Hoyas. As we said, the Hoyas, who started off strong enough, 2-0, to defend their 2016 Western Conference crown, have since, hit the skids. I hate to say it, but they definitely have. 3-4 overall, and that included a tough loss way on the road in Carbondale, Illinois, to the Southern Illinois Pharaohs. That was an out-of-conference game. They ended up winning a game the next day in that same Midwest Classic showdown over the Music City Kings, but have since lost to the San Antonio Lions in a nail-biter, buzzer-beating comeback effort. And then, as we said, to these Alamo City Aztecs, and losing a heartbreaker 2 weeks ago to the Miss Lou Warriors, and one of the most dramatic finishes you will ever see in any sort of sport, league or level. And you can see that game right here at NABLbasketball.com on NABL TV. Well, after the timeout, 43-35, Hoyas trail, but with the ball. Inbound to Jeremy Hart. Hart works his way up down the middle, spins to his right, and off the glass and in. Jeremy Hart. 8:15 remains in the second, 43-37. Alamo City still keeping that Heisman extension, a kicked ball, I believe. Yes, that is the signal from Darren Scaraway, off the foot of Jordan Williams. Stops things with 8:09 left to go in the second, as Jesmyn Walker takes his headband off and tosses it under the feet of head coach John Williams for Alamo City. Big hooping pass to Tim Morton, nearly picked off. Long range for 3 and down. Jawan Hall's back at it. 4th three-pointer of the game in even 8 left to go in the first half. Hoyas having trouble getting any sort of penetration and trailing 46-37. Going for KJ Hines along the baseline, but Hines wasn't quite there yet. 7:48 remains in the first half. 46-37. Alamo City keeping Dallas at bay with that 6-point cushion. Oh, beautiful move by Walker. But ball tipped up by Jordan Williams and a scoop back up by KJ Hines. And then rebound. Jesmyn Walker rebounds. Oh, and a hard foul to the face by KJ Hines.
Dallas Hoyas foul is first. Shooting to Jesmyn Walker.
So Jesmyn Walker heads to the line. Well short on the shot, but still reeling. And wants a sub as soon as Sean Williams is able to get one. So you almost can't fault the first missing of that. Good on the second. Yeah, and Jesmyn Walker desperately wants to come out. Slipping as Jordan Williams misses the shot. And Freeman gets the rebound. Chris Freeman, ball poked away from behind by KJ Hines, and things starting to get a little physical out there on the floor as Jessamine Walker will finally get to the bench. And whistles blow. Checking back in is Kevin Jones. So it seems it's less than the foul that affected Jessamine Walker. Instead, it's that right hamstring. And I believe it will be Hoya's ball. As a wet spot on the floor is cleaned up. No, it'll be Aztecs ball, pardon me. And the newly minted to the floor, Kevin Jones bounces it in to Tim Morton. He immediately takes the shot, and that was a line drive to nowhere. Out of bounds. .709 remains in the first half. 47-37, 10-point Alamo City lead. Across the line, Jeremy Hart to Jordan Williams. Scoops it back out to Jeremy Hart. Ball tipped high up, hits the ceiling, and off the hands of Chris Freeman. So Hoya's ball.
Hoyas ball.
6:57 remains in the second. Alonzo Butler checks in and inbounds to Jeremy Hart. Jeremy Hart from the left side. Takes the shot over Kevin Jones. Well short on the shot. Rebound Chris Freeman. Ball tipped by Alonzo Butler. Goes back to Trenton Mayberry and the Hoyas. Hands off to Jeremy Hart. Hart from the left side and in.
Jeremy Hart.
Hart has 8 points in this quarter. 47-39. Hoyas up. Hoyas trail by 8. And a stoppage of play as Charlie Shorter does get the opportunity to check in for Alonzo Butler. And some shoes tied, balls dried, so is the floor. We're all good. 6:31 remains in the second, 47-39 here at NABLbasketball.com. Alamo City leading on the road here at Dallas, Texas against the Hoyas. The X-Line center, Ken Buckner on the call with you courtside. Kevin Jones, ball batted away. Trenton Mayberry ends up to it to Charlie Shorter, to Jeremy Hart, and in.
Jeremy Hart.
10th point of the afternoon for Jeremy Hart. Now verging on evening. 6:03 remains in the first half. Kevin Jones weaves his way through the humanity, but no, sir. KJ Hines, get that out of here. Ball goes directly into the Alamo City bench. As Jessamine Walker still dealing with that sore right leg. Inbound to Tim Morton. Looks to take the shot, now just is it out to Kevin Jones. Bounce pass to Morton, left elbow. Spins, but there was Trenton Mayberry. And there's the proverbial rock in a hard place. Ball, though, off the legs of Charlie Shorter. And we're waiting to see who gets possession. Both teams lobbying hard, and it will end up in the possession of Alamo City. .543 remains first half. 47-41. Aztecs once again, broken record, up by 6. Jawan Hall to his right, down low to Chris Freeman. Freeman from 18, and Freeman's been money today. 8 points for Chris Freeman. 5:27 left to go in the second. 49-41. Alamo City by 8, but driving is Jeremy Hart, and behind his back,
Jeremy Hart. Shooting foul charged to number 10. His second game. Partly with 30. Ryan Johnson, his second of the game. And at the line to shoot one, Jeremy Hart.
.520 left to go. First half. Jeremy Hart short on the shot. Rebound by Hines. Right back to Hart. Now over to Jordan Williams, and Williams off the back iron, but rebound again by the Hoyas, Charlie Shorter, and Charlie Shorter banks it home.
Charlie Shorter.
49-45, close to the Hoyas have been in a while to the Aztecs. Tim Morton in a big size matchup, but he kicks it all the way with the skip backs to the far side, weaving his way and somehow making it through one of the foul, but was lucky to get the shot. Jawan Hall. Holy cow. Inside of 5, 51-45 Alamo City. Down low, weaving and bobbing and now backing his way in, but the ball goes out of bounds and off the hands of Chris Freeman. Pass intended to Jordan Williams, and Bruce Barron will check back in. We'll see who will sub. Also in is Caleb Creighton. And yes, Jeremy Hart will take a breather. Quick inbound and bank off the glass and in for Jordan Williams. His first bucket as a Hoya. 4:37 left to go in the second. 51-47. Alamo City. Kevin Jones traipses to his left. Out to Jawan Hall. Jawan Hall draws the double team. Leaves up Chris Freeman. Thinks about it but doesn't take it. And ball out of bounds off the fingertips of Javante Bachman. Hoyas get the ball. Mass subs coming in for Alamo City. Wendell Tebow back onto the floor, and here comes Donovan Gage. In for Tim Morton and Kevin Jones. 4:23 as the clock restarts in the second quarter left. 51-47. Slowly but surely, Hoyas have drawn now within 4. Charlie Shorter in between the circles, taking his time. Lost the pass for KJ Hines. An alley-oop by Charlie Shorter. Whoa. 4 minutes left to go and within a bucket now. 51-49. Ball tipped away by Bruce Barron and a bit of a collision on the way to the basket there. Charlie Shorter will be charged with a shooting foul, his first.
Dallas Hoyas foul. His first of the game, charged to number 3, Charlie Shorter, non-shooting foul.
So Wendell Tebow will bounce in on the new non-shooting foul to Chris Freeman. Freeman bounces it out. Far side to Jawan Hall. From halfway to Houston is Jawan Hall. No good on the three-pointer. Rebound Caleb Creighton out of the University of Houston Baptist. And there is Caleb Creighton with a beautiful dish by Shorter.
Caleb Creighton.
3.5 remains in the second, and we're all knotted up at 51 apiece. Hoyas have fought their way back into this one. Bruce Barron tips it away, and they've done it with a lot of defense. Oh, and goes way down the floor over the reach and out of the hands of Jordan Williams. Jarvis Bradley checks back in, and for his first minutes of the afternoon is Dan Horvath. Dan Horvath for Alamo City, affectionately known as Diesel. 3:15 remains in the second quarter, all knotted up at 51. Wendell Tebow stands in the center circle. Now drifts to his right, waiting for the play to develop. Bruce Barron defending. Bounce pass low to Donovan Gage. Donovan Gage backs out from behind 3. No good on the shot off the rim. Rebound Caleb Creighton, and on the far side, taking it up the sideline is Charlie Shorter. 2:50 remains. Pull up 3, shorts for Charlie Shorter. He looks at his right palm in amazement, as if that was the culprit. As whistles sound, and we wait for play to resume. Horvath bounces in to Wendell Tebow. CJ Carter reties his shoe, and we're good to go. 2:40 left to go in the second. Driving down the middle of the lane is Tebow. No, sir. Short on that. Rebound by Shorter. Charlie Shorter with a 4-on-3. Caleb Creighton pulls up, takes the shot from 18. No good. Rebound by Horvath, and a foul on the rebound by Charlie Shorter. Well, we're getting word that it was Alamo City. Wendell Tebow picking up the foul.
Alamo City technical, number 32, Wendell Tebow.
And C.J. Carter makes his first bucket of the second quarter. The technical coming far away from the play, and a technical charge to Tebow. Timeout on the floor as the Hoyas have taken the lead, 52-51. 2:25 left to go in the second. Back in a moment.
Timeouts on the floor. Visiting Houston Wolverines. Get your tickets now.
Back underway in the second quarter with 2:22 left to go in this second. Hoyas now lead after trailing almost the entirety since the tip-off, 52-51, and that lead short-lived courtesy of Jawan Hall from the right side. And Jawan Hall having quite the day and effort. 18 points so far with 2 left to go in the second. C.J. Carter spins to his left, no one there. Spins to his right. Kevin Horvath, very good defense. C.J. Carter, no good on the shot. One of the foul. Didn't get the shot or either. Pickoff by Caleb Creighton. 1:45 left to go in the first half. Bruce Barron needs to get across the line, and he does. Now galloping from the right side. Way too much mustard on that shot. Rebound Chris Freeman. And a minute and a half left to go. Pick up by Charlie Shorter. And some back and forth basketball. Bruce Barron to C.J. Carter, and he is fouled hard on the wrists by Chris Freeman. Freeman second. C.J. back to the line.
Alamo City foul shooting a foul. His second of the game, number 13, Chris Freeman. Back at the line for the Hoyas, C.J. Carter.
So 1:25 with the clock frozen left to go in the first half. 53-52. Now 53 all. As C.J. Carter so far today. 6 of 7 from the line. He has been money from the charity stripe. Good on both. Now 7 for 8. 1:22 remains. Hoyas back on top, 54-53 in the second quarter. Wendell Tebow to his right. Driving is Jawan Hall. Too much, but there was Donovan Gage off the left side on the rebound. Second opportunity point. 1:04 left to go in the second. Shorter across the line. Now drives when he finds an opening. Ball tipped away by Jawan Hall. Jarvis Bradley there scoops it up on the left side. He'll drive against Horvath. Dishes it to Caleb Creighton right side. No whistle, no shot. Ball out of bounds. Alamo City gets it. 47 ticks remaining with the lead in the ball, 55-54. Here come the Aztecs. Trying to put on a 2-for-1 here. And to pull off the upset, this expansion team new to the NABL. Fouled on the way up is Wendell Tebow. C.J. Carter picks up his third.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his third of the afternoon, C.J. Carter. At the line to shoot 2 for Alamo City, Wendell Tebow.
Stops things with 34 ticks remaining in the first half. With the lead, Alamo City 55-54, now 56-54. Tebow's first bucket since the first quarter. Up by 2, trying to make it 3. Tebow does. Charlie Shorter scoops it up, and that'll restart the clock with 33 seconds remaining in the first half. 57-54 Alamo City. Trying to hold for a final. Or at least most of it. Left side, Caleb Creighton, but down low to a wide open Jarvis Bradley. Oh my, where did the defense go for Alamo City on that one? 18 seconds remain, first half, 57-56. And defensive foul on Jarvis Bradley. And Alamo City in the bonus. And that's Jay Brad's first. So Alamo City will go to the line. Wendell Tebow shooting 2.
Dallas Hoyas foul. 6th team foul. First of the game for Jarvis Bradley. Wendell Tebow shooting 2.
And a very good crowd today here at the X-Line Center. Not just the Hoyas fans, but making the roughly 4-hour trip as Tebow is no good on his first. Alamo City and the Aztec Nation has been faithful and have followed to Dallas. Tebow misses on the second. So no good on both with 10 ticks remaining in the first half. Down by 1, 57-56. Hoyas with the ball, driving the lane, all ball on Charlie Shorter. Long pass, desperation shot, and it's off the scaffolding here at the X-Line Center. That will leave 2 seconds left to go. 2 seconds remaining in the first half. Hoyas with the ball. We've seen what a player can do in this gym with 2 ticks remaining. Jarvis Bradley will inbound. Hoyas down by 1. C.J. Carter. And no shot off. That does it for the first half. 57-56. Halftime begins. Alamo City heads into the break. Up by 1 on Dallas. Back here at NABLbasketball.com.
After the first half of action, your Hoyas head into the locker room trailing by 1, 57-56. Back here in a moment for the starts of the third.
And welcome back to the X-Line Center in Dallas, Texas, just under that iconic skyline of DFW. Ken Buckner courtside with you. And this Week 10 Western Conference matchup in the NABL. After 2 and after half, 57-56, Alamo City with the lead over the Dallas Hoyas, just about to kick off the third quarter of action. Your leading scorers after 2 for the Hoyas. Coming off the bench and scoring all of the points that he accumulated in the second quarter, that would be Jeremy Hart, who was added at the NABL trade deadline by Paul Parker and the Hoyas. 12 points. Followed up by C.J. Carter's 9 points. All of those, except for 2 of them, coming at the free throw stripe. Leading scorers for the Alamo City Aztecs, well, Jawan Hall putting on a clinic. 18 points so far. And that includes 4 3-pointers. That is followed up by a duo of Aztecs with 8 points as we are back underway. Jesmyn Walker and Chris Freeman. Wendell Tebow with the ball, and the Aztecs in their black jerseys with turquoise numbers and letters go right to left on your screen. Drifting to his right, bounce pass to Chris Freeman from the elbow and off the inside and no good. Jarvis Bradley with the rebound, hands it to Charlie Shorter. The starters back on the floor for the Hoyas in their entirety, as is the case for Alamo City. Dish down low to Jarvis Bradley. Ball swatted away, though, by the effervescent Jawan Hall. Trying to get to the lane, somehow avoids a travel as Wendell Tebow. Ball batted around and saved by Charlie Shorter, who tiptoed his way. Jarvis Bradley all alone, and eventually off the left side and in. Jarvis Bradley on a play that was made way more interesting than it had to be. Hoyas take the lead with the first bucket of the second half. 11:07 remains in the third, 58-57. A neat little tidbit. Donald Sloan of the NBA Indiana Pacers is in the building. Dallas Skyline native. Charlie Shorter slipping on the breakaway attempt. Rebound. Oh, C.J. Carter.
C.J. Carter. Oh,
Well, that is what C.J. Carter does. And Charlie Shorter, his third beautiful assist of the game's second alley-oop. Hoyas now with the biggest lead they've enjoyed, 60-57 with 10.5 left to go here, just beginning the second half of action. Tebow to his left to Gage. Gage nowhere to go. Ball tipped and out of bounds off the hands of Jarvis Bradley. Once again, your NABL officials for this afternoon: Nelson Isles, Darren Caraway, and Gary Doc Dotson. Bounce pass in and ball batted away. Well, Jarvis Bradley got in there, but it last touched Donovan Gage. So nice defense by Paul Parker's Hoyas. And that is what he preaches, as all teams do. But 2-3 in the Western Conference standings, the Hoyas need to settle the score. 3-3 are the Alamo City Aztecs, and with a win, would position themselves for a nice run to be one of the top 4 to get in to the postseason. Jarvis Bradley with a step away, Jay, from 17 feet. Oh, my. (62-57) Hoyas now. Alamo City has not scored in the third quarter except for that. Wendell Tebow. (62-59), 9.5 remains. Hoyas with the ball in the lead. Shorter in between the circles. Steps back. Moves up, gets a screen by J. Brad. Right side, now screened by Rico Pirvillis. Neither of them successful, but it just down low to Jarvis Bradley. Bradley from the right side and in.
Jarvis Bradley.
Bradley has scored all 6 points in the second half to begin the third quarter for Dallas. 64-59 Hoyas. 9:05 remaining. Tebow dishes down low to Chris Freeman. Under and in. Freeman with some hard-earned points. C.J. Carter bounce pass to Bruce Barron. Back to Charlie Shorter in the center circle. 8:48 remains in the third. 64-61 Dallas. Shorter drifting to his left. Screen set by Bradley. Pulls up a three and off the iron. High rebound by Tebow. Tebow traipsing to his right. Down the lane and loses the handle, and it's nothing but Hoyas. Charlie Shorter off the glass, and C.J. Carter gets fouled. A little bit too much showboating, but Paul Parker is smiling. Chris Freeman picks up the foul, his third. C.J. goes back to the line.
Alamo City foul, shooting foul, his third of the game. Number 13, Chris Freeman. At the line for two, C.J. Carter.
C.J. Carter, who has spent so much time at the charity stripe today, he might need to get a forwarding address. 7 for 8 today from the free throw line. Hoyas up 64-61 before these shots. And good on the first. (65-61) Dallas. Starters still on the floor for Dallas here in the third quarter with 8:23 remaining. Short on the shot, no good. 8 for 10 on the afternoon from the free throw stripe as a perplexed C.J. Carter walks away. Alamo City with the ball, 65-61 Dallas. Jawan Hall changes direction. Shakes Charlie Shorter, but there was Jarvis Bradley in front of him. Tim Morton draws the double team, spins out of it, cannot spin the ball off the backboard, and here comes Bruce Barron. Little hitch in his giddy up, and on his way up, hard down, but no whistle, no foul, and no bucket. Here comes Alamo City back, and they're up a man. Jawan Hall, no good for the left side. Rebound, Tim Morton, no good. Rebound, Charlie Shorter. Bruce Barron off the left side and kisses the square and in.
Bruce Barron.
Unbelievably, that is only the 6th point of the game and first since the first quarter, as a nice loft in by Chris Freeman. Makes this 67-61. C.J. Carter on a nice breakaway. He will bank it off and in. And a timeout taken by Alamo City. 69-63. We'll step aside as well. Hoyas up on the Aztecs.
Timeouts on the floor, Alamo City.
Back underway here, 7:18 remains in the third quarter of action. 69-63 Dallas, Alamo City with the ball. Whistle on the play, change of possession. Ball was tipped out of the hands of Donovan Gage by Jarvis Bradley to force the turnover. Well, the race to the finish certainly is underway. A month left of the regular season into the NABL. Playoff start beginning of July, and then July 28th to 29th will be the Final Four, the NABL Championship Series, live from Atlanta, Georgia. Charlie Shorter, left side of the lane, dishes down low to Jarvis Bradley, and in!
Jarvis Bradley.
Jawan Hall near side. Beautiful dish, too, by Charlie Shorter, who's picked up his fifth assist. 6:27 remains, 71-63 in the third quarter. Hoyas. It has been all Dallas out of the break. Chris Freeman, baseline pass, underneath bounce pass to Ryan Johnson, left wing. Oh, too much on that shot. It was a deceptive shot from our vantage point on the angle. 6:08 remains in the third, 71-63. Hoyas lead by 8, their largest of the contest. Bounce to Rico Pirvillis, baseline, left side, spins it off the glass, and in. And Ryan Johnson will pick up his third.
Alamo City foul, shooting foul, his third. Number 30, Ryan Johnson. Shooting one from the line, Rico Pirvillis.
So Rico heads back to the line, 0 for 1 today. Off the front of the iron, now 0 for 2. Ball stripped out of Jarvis Bradley's hands. Alamo City works it down the court. Jawan Hall holds up. Long pass to Ryan Johnson behind the arc, right side. Too much on that. Another air ball back to back by the founder of the Aztecs. Skip pass to Bruce Barron. He'll try for 3 and knocks it home.
For 3. Timeout on the floor. Alamo City.
76-63. We'll step aside. Hoyas right now all over Alamo City. Back in a moment. Well, since halftime, where the Hoyas went in trailing by 1, 57-56. Out of the break, it has been a Dallas barrage, both defensively and on their end of the court as well. Jarvis Bradley, 8 points in the third quarter, 5 from Bruce Barron. They have teamed up to give the Hoyas a 76-63 lead. 5.5 left to go in the third. Jawan Hall short on the three-pointer, and the ball tipped out of the hands of Jarvis Bradley by Wendell Tebow. And Tebow's had a couple of nice defensive plays throughout this one. And there goes Bruce Barron. Loves to sprint, cause collision and contact. C.J. Carter, underhand pass down low to Rico Pirvillis. Looking for somewhere to go. Back out to C.J. Carter. One-handed pass, Jay Bradley, right side, and straightens out the net for his 10th point of the quarter.
Dallas Hoyas delay of game. Charged the number 34, Rico Pirvilis.
Well, Rico Pirvilis charged with a delay of game. Nonetheless, 78-63. 15-point advantage for the Hoyas. Wendell Tebow is fouled by Jarvis Bradley. Jarvis Bradley's second.
Dallas Hoyas foul, shooting foul, his second of the game, Jarvis Bradley. At the line shooting two, Wendell Tebow.
Tebow today, so far 2 for 2 from the line, now 3 for 3. Checking in, and apparently the right leg is still favoring it slightly, is Jesmyn Walker for Alamo City. No substitutions since the start of the quarter for Paul Parker, who's playing his starters exclusively. Good on both for Tebow, and it draws within 13 now. Alamo City to Dallas' 78-65 lead. 4:40 left to go in the third. Ken Buckner courtside with you, NABLbasketball.com, and the X-Line Center in Dallas, Texas. Shorter to the left side to Bruce Barron. Bruce Barron wants to drive, does. Left side, gallops his way through, and Bruce Barron again.
Bruce Barron.
80-65, Hoyas back up to by 15. 4:20 left to go in the third. Juwan Hall all alone, an island unto himself, no good. Chris Freeman turns around off the rebound, and Chris Freeman with the jumper. 80-67 Dallas, 4:06 left to go in the third. Charlie Shorter working it near side. Right wing, C.J. Carter, low post. And to shoulder his way in. C.J. Carter fakes the shot, gets just enough clearing, finds Rico Pirvilis. Ball rolls around and out, and fouled on his way up. We'll see if they consider that a shooting foul as Pirvilis. Yes, they will. So Chris Freeman accumulates his 4th of the game.
Alamo City foul, his 4th of the game, number 13, Chris Freeman. Shooting two, Rico Pirvilis.
Well, looking to check in for Alamo City, Gabriel Garza and Raymond Harris. Pirvilis, good on his first. Pirvilis has 9 in the contest. And now comes Donovan Gage and Chris Freeman. As Pirvilis, right-handed shooter, rattles it in. Pirvilis, who started the season coming off the bench for the Hoyas, has now become the starter at the low post and center position. And a misled pass just off the fingertips in reach of Raymond Harris gives the Hoyas the ball, 82-67. Dallas with the lead. As some maintenance is performed on the, well, we have what appears to be a technical foul. And a delay of game once again on the Aztecs. The C.J. Carter misses. And delay of game charge to Raymond Harris. So that is 3 delay of games so far in Alamo City. It's something you don't see every day. But we have today in Dallas. 82-67, 3.5 remains in the third. Hoyas with the lead. Other action today in the NABL. It's the West Coast Conference gets into, and Charlie Shorter ends up doing a Superman. And Raymond Harris picks up his first foul.
Alamo City foul, his first, number 9, Raymond Harris.
West Coast Conference back in action today. Kitsap Admirals taking on the Quad City Flames. The SB Battle tangling with the Tacoma Thunder. Alamo City, of course, plays today the Dallas Hoyas right in front of your very eyes, but tomorrow we'll take on the DFW United in their Dallas road trip. The Atlanta Show coming off their first ever loss in franchise history. 7-1 now. Will take on the Music City Kings in Nashville. Not a gimme game at all, as Music City has won their last 3 of 4. 3-6 on the season, and a legitimate shot at the postseason for Music City. Miss Lou currently, well, they tip off at 7 o'clock tonight. Miss Lou Warriors traveling down at 4-2 to face the winless and hapless Austin Knights at 0-7. Southern Illinois takes on tomorrow the Music City Kings. That is a fight for the NABL's Eastern Northern Division. Panama City with Birmingham. Then Birmingham turns around tomorrow to take on Savannah. Jarvis Bradley from the right side. Another beautiful dish by Charlie Shorter. J. Brad having quite the quarter. No good for Jessamine Walker, but Gabriel Garza underneath, and he just keeps getting it back into his hands. Finally, it's swatted away. 12 points in the third quarter for Jarvis Bradley alone as the ball goes out of bounds. And subs, fresh legs finally come onto the court for the Hoyas in the form of DeAndre McIntyre and Brandon Regis. So the same rotation being employed in the second half as Paul Parker employed in the first, hopefully to different results for the Hoyas Nation. Bradley circling. Down low to DeAndre McIntyre. Fadeaway shot, short. Rebound Garza. And back into the hands. Also underway tomorrow will be Panama City, and a whistle at the stripe. Jarvis Bradley called on the foul, his third.
Dallas Hoyas foul, non-shooting foul, his third, Jarvis Bradley.
Alamo City bounces in. Ryan Johnson from the right wing for 3. Another air ball. This does hit the backboard. He's not pleased with himself. 2:20 remains in the third. 84-67 Hoyas. Lofting a shot, but no good. Brandon Regis rebound by Garza. Coming back far side is Jessamine Walker. Walker will take it all the way, but loses the handle. Ball lofted up into the air. Still loose now, but Wendell Tebow underneath, and Tebow dunks, puts it in.
2 minutes.
So Paul Parker looking to play his starting 5 as much as he possibly can. Still on the floor, Jarvis Bradley and Bruce Barron, who have not had a breather in this third. Bruce Barron from the left side.
Bruce Barron. And a technical foul on Dallas.
Bruce Barron charged the technical, trying to get some sort of absolution and maybe resolution from Gary Dodson. Meanwhile, shooting the free throw and sinking it home was Raymond Harris. And we now look at an 86-69 Hoyas lead. Alamo City with the ball. 86-70 after that free throw shot. 16-point Hoyas advantage. Alamo City looks gassed. Jessamine Walker to the left side. Screen set by Garza. Walker with the shot on the high arc. No good. Rebound Rico Pirvilas. Bruce Barron takes it back the other way. Running the point. Striding his way. Rico, big man for 3 off the front. No good. Rebound Wendell Tebow, but he collides with another Aztec, and Brandon Regis will be whistled for a reach-in foul.
Dallas Hoyas foul on shooting foul. His first, Brandon Regis.
.110 remains in the third. From the right side, Wendell Tebow, no good, in and out, and harassed by Gabriel Garza, and now Garza throws an elbow, and that's going to be a technical. And Jarvis Bradley walks away, walks to the stripe, and is ready to take some free throws, whether they be a technical or not.
Alamo City foul. His third, number 33, Gabriel from the line, Jarvis Bradley.
Well, Jarvis Bradley 1 for 2 tonight. And even 60 seconds remain in the Hoyas with an even 16-point lead, 86-70. Bradley squares up and knocks the first one in. A whopping 13th point in the third quarter alone. He has 18 total. In and out, around and out. Rico Pirvillis nearly gets the ball, and now Jarvis Bradley harassing Gabriel Garza. All the way down to Jesmyn Walker. From the right side, one-handed jamming in. Jesmyn Walker. 50 ticks remaining in the third, 87-72. And the crowd for both sides have come alive. Brandon Regis down the middle of the lane and backhanded over the shoulder and off the glass. Brandon Regis. First field goal of the game, but he has 4 total points. 30 seconds left to go. From the left side, gets the whistle and twists the goal. We'll have to see about this. Bruce Barron picks up his first personal.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his first personal. Number 5, Bruce Barron.
As the goal here at the X-Line Center has been slightly manipulated by a few degrees to its right. Nonetheless, Wendell Tebow will check out the structural integrity by shooting 2 free throws from the line.
Shooting 2 for Alamo City, Wendell Tebow.
Tebow 4 for 4 from the stripe today. Clock frozen with 24 seconds remaining in the third. Tebow, no problem. That is the first time I've ever seen a basketball goal do that. In the old days, that would have been an absolute glass shatterer. Tebow, though, his first miss around the left side and out. 22 seconds left to go in the third. 89-73 Hoyas. Bruce Barron. Left side to Rico Pirvillis with a bounce pass. 14 ticks. They'll hold for the final shot. Pirvillis all the way out to the center stripe, close to Paul Parker. Now bounce pass. Pirvillis will drive. Left side. Tries to dish it to Jarvis. Bradley goes through his arms. Bradley recaptures it and does not get the shot off before. It wouldn't have counted anyway. It didn't fall. 89-73 headed to the fourth. Hoyas up on the Aztecs.
89-73, your Hoyas lead by 16.
And welcome back here to the X-Line Center. Start of the fourth, 89-73, Dallas leading Alamo City. Ken Buckner courtside with you. First half was all Aztecs. Second half has been all Hoyas. Kicking it out to Bruce Barron, right wing. Moving it right side. Brandon Regis takes the shot. Foot on the line. That would have been for 2. In and out, no good. And the ball out of bounds. Aztec ball. Checking in for their first minutes of the second half, as Paul Parker has started spacing out his subs, is DeAndre McIntyre. Jeremy Hartz, who had 12 points in the second quarter alone, first half. Wow, taking some steps, but getting it in is Jesmyn Walker. I'm not saying he traveled, but he did take a bit of a cruise. 8-28, 89-75 Hoyas. All right, frequent flyer miles accumulated. Jeremy Hart near side, trying to find a way in and fouled. As Tim Morton picks up his first.
Alamo City foul on shooting foul. His first, Tim Morton.
11-11, 89-75 in the third quarter. Jeremy Hart, left side, wants to do the same thing. Drives to the lane, not enough juice on it. Ball goes through the hands of Trenton Mayberry and ends up with Brandon Regis and a whistle away from the play. And a turnover is Trenton Mayberry called on his second personal.
Dallas Hoyas foul number 21, his second, Trenton Mayberry.
89-75 as the Hoyas start to pick up some fouls here in the fourth. Second team foul. Jessamine Walker, left side, finds some room down the lane, and Jessamine Walker lays it in. Nice play. Walker has 14 and tied for the second place in scoring for the Aztecs with Chris Freeman. Jawan Hall still has 18 but has not scored, or have we seen much of in the second half. Jessamine Walker again to Chris Freeman, right side. Here come the Aztecs, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out. Freeman has 16. 10.5 remains. And the Aztec crowd starting to feel it here on the Hoyas home turf. 10-point lead by the Hoyas, 89-79. Lofty pass down low, Jeremy Hartz. And Hartz back on the board, who has 14. Leading all so far is Jarvis Bradley, who sits on the bench currently with 18 for Dallas. 10:04 remaining in the fourth. Jawan Hall, here he goes from the left wing. No good. He just must not like this end of the court. He hasn't scored since the second. Chris Freeman going up and getting the foul. And Bruce Barron will pick up his second.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his second. Number 5, Bruce Barron. At the line, shooting to Chris Freeman.
Chris Freeman's first trip to the charity stripe today. Stops things with 91-79. Hoyas. Some floor maintenance. And Chris Freeman now sets up. Oh, I hear a cowbell. And I've got a fever. Chris Freeman takes his first. Rattles in and out, no good. On his first free throw of the day. Keeps the score at 91-79. 12-point Hoya lead. 9:57 remains in the fourth. This one swirls around and down for Chris Freeman. 91-80. 11-point advantage for Dallas at home. Inside of 10. Bruce Barron almost missed that pass. Bounced down low to Jeremy Hart, who's manhandled by Tim Morton. No whistle. Bruce Barron to Trenton Mayberry, right side. Mayberry with the pause. Gets his own rebound after the miss, and Mayberry gets it home.
Trenton Mayberry.
Well, golly.
Jessamine Walker, left side. Trying to do it all on his own. Spins around, nobody there. Bruce Barron traveling. 3-on-3, fast break. DeAndre McIntyre, swish!
DeAndre McIntyre for 3.
96-80, back to a 16-point advantage for the Hoyas. 9 minutes exactly left to go in regulation. Stuffed at the way to the basket by Trenton Mayberry, but losing in a transition are the Hoyas. And here comes Alamo City back. Reach-in foul charge to Brandon Regis. Regis is second. And timeout on the floor.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his second personal, number 12, Brandon Regis. Free throws coming, but timeouts on the floor.
City will inbound, 96-80. DeAndre McIntyre swats the ball away. May have had a foot on the sideline. And Jawan Hall dishes it in. Donovan Gage, right side, somehow defeats Trenton Mayberry, and that poor goal is Donovan Gage, his first point since the second quarter. 96-82, 14-point Hoya lead. Jeremy Hart, near side, turns around, spins. Oh, almost has a chance to scoop it in, but Jessamine Walker picks up what amounts to his second personal.
Alamo City foul, shooting foul, his second personal, number 10, Jessamine Walker. Shooting 2, 2 from the line, Jeremy Hart.
Hart's, so far, this is his first trip to the line, and good on his first. (97-82) with 8:28 remaining, and in. 16 points, yet again the differential. Hoyas up 98-82. 8:20 remaining in the fourth. This is the first time we've seen the Hoyas play like the Hoyas in a long time. Jessamine Walker goes behind. Now somehow ends up with it again. Donovan Gage can't make it fall. And a little help from Chris Freeman. The ball does find the bottom of the basket. And delay of game charged on Alamo City yet again. Chris Freeman. That is his 5th of the game. That does not count as a personal, so 4 for Chris Freeman.
Delay of game on the floor, charged to number 13, Chris Freeman.
The 4th delay of game. If they keep this up, we may not get home tonight. 8:07 as both Coach Shad Williams and I believe another technical will be assessed, yes.
Technical foul charged to Alamo City. Shooting from the line, Jordan Williams.
So that technically on the bench, as Jordan Williams has no problem whatsoever. But it was head coach Rashard Williams that, though dressed nice today, was not acting like his attire at that particular moment, as he will probably admit to you. Coach Williams, an excellent guy to work with. 184 Dallas, 8 minutes even left to go in regulation. Charging left side, and there's Jeremy Hart doing what Jeremy Hart apparently always does. 102-84 Hoyas. It may be academic from this point, but stranger things have happened in the NABL. Going up and fouled on the way is Jessamine Walker. Trenton Mayberry, the culprit, and his 3rd.
Dallas Hoyas shooting a foul, his 3rd personal, number 21, Trenton Mayberry. At the line shooting 2, number 10, Jessamine Walker.
And Walker good on his first. Well, regardless of the outcome, you have to commend the Aztec Nation for making the road trip from San Antonio. They have come in abundance today at the X-Line Center on the home court of the Dallas Hoyas. At times have been more exuberant than the Hoyas crowd, as Jessamine Walker is good on both. Trims the lead somewhat, but still a 17-point advantage for the Hoyas, 102-86, and Paul Parker desperately wanting a timeout and finally getting it.
Timeout on the floor, timeout, Hoyas.
102-86 will step aside as well with 7:50 remaining in regulation. Hoyas up on the Aztecs. Hoyas inbound with the bounce pass. And right back from whence it came to Brandon Regis. 7:45 remains in the 4th. Regis left side. And a long-range shot. DeAndre McIntyre, no good for 3. Off the front of the rim, rebound Wendell Tebow. Charges up the left side. Now Tebow goes to his right. Hands it off to Juwan Hall. He's fouled on his way in. So Wendell Tebow goes back to the line. And Trenton Mayberry picks up his 4th.
Dallas Hoyas foul his 4th personal, number 21, Trenton Mayberry.
Pardon me, that's Jawan Hall. Head to the line. Off the front and no good. Jawan Hall, after setting a blistering pace, good on the second in the first half with 18 points, has only scored that solitary free throw in the second half. A big reason why the Aztecs trail 102-87. Brandon Regis cuts through, trying to go through. Hard collision with Chris Freeman. Turns around at the elbow, short on the shot, and it carims off the rim and out of bounds. Trying to check in KJ Hines and Alonzo Butler for the Hoyas. They do. And we'll sub in for Brandon Regis and DeAndre McIntyre. Hoyas with the lead and the ball. Pardon me, Aztecs with the ball. 102-87 Dallas, 7:10 left to go. Jawan Hall fouled on his way in, but I believe before the shot, we'll get the official word from Darren Scaraway. No, it wasn't the act of shooting. And charged to Jordan Williams, his first.
Dallas Hoyas foul, shooting foul, his first, charge to Jordan Williams.
Jawan Hall back at the line, knocks down the first. Well, Alamo City, we've seen this at times, certainly early in their season, storming out, holding serve, or downright taking the lead like they did earlier today. But it's somewhere in the third quarter that they lose their footing. Exact narrative today is spinning around was Jeremy Hart dishing it to Alonzo Butler. Trenton Mayberry picks up a foul, and that'll be his 5th. Donovan Gage heads back to the stripe.
Dallas Hoyas foul, shooting foul, his 5th personal. Number 21, Trenton Mayberry, shooting 2 for the Aztecs. Donovan Gage.
And Paul Parker not willing to take Trenton Mayberry out with 5. Not concerned. Has 2 big men still on the bench, Pierre Villas and Bradley. And Donovan Gage misses his first. Second on the shot. Donovan Gage misses on both. 104-89, 15-point lead still for the Hoyas. 6:44 remains. Fourth quarter. Driving to the right side. Jordan Williams. 6:34 remains in the fourth. 106-89. Chris Freeman lofts up a shot. No good. But Wendell Tebow was there to put it in for his first bucket of the fourth quarter. 106-91. Aztecs trail significantly by 15. And somehow getting that in was Jordan Williams. 6:12 left to go. 110 110 to 93. 6 minutes left to go. 110 to 93. We were having a little bit of an issue with the scoreboard at the present time. And trying to pick the bucket of... Driving in, ball popped away, and all alone to his own devices. Watch this. Jasmine Walker. And somehow bobbing and weaving his way through as well is Jeremy Hart. Okay, cool. Yeah, if it brings us Jawan Hall driving, Lonzo Butler, excellent defense, no whistle, and no shot. How about that? Ball goes out of bounds, and that'll allow Paul Parker to get some fresh legs on the court. And media timeout taken on the floor. 4:47 remains in the fourth. 110-95. We'll be back in a moment as the Hoyas are up on the Aztecs.
Fans, 1 week from today, Saturday, June 10th, your Hoyas back in action to defend their Western Conference title against the visiting Houston Wolverines. Check out the Hoyas Facebook page, DallasHoyas.net, and NABLbasketball.com for tickets and info.
110-95, back underway, 4:46 remains. And Donovan Gage spins towards the whistle as Alonzo Butler earns his first.
Dallas Hoyas foul number 10, his first, Alonzo Butler.
Donovan Gage will shoot at the line. He is 0 for 4 today from the stripe. Make that 0 for 5. Oh my. "15-point Hoyas lead. Donovan Gage misses him. And I think you hear the sound in the background. That should say it all. I don't need to add any further commentary. Inbound, though, off a loose ball. And a hook shot no good by Gage, who has been money as a shooter today. And way down from downtown, Jasmine Walker. That for 3. Trims the Hoyas lead to 12, 110-98. Still plenty of time, 4:24 left to go in the fourth. And good defense by the Aztecs, but Caleb Creighton scoops up the loose ball. Down low to Lonzo Butler. Turns around from 15, no good. Airmails it. And Jasmine Walker, with a head of steam, walks his way from the right side and in. Jasmine Walker, huge in this fourth quarter. 13 points alone, 23 total in the game. 3:55 left, and now within 10, 110-100. Hoyas up, but they haven't scored in a bit. They're taking shots like that aren't falling for Jordan Williams, but he does get his own rebound and gets it in. And good thing if you're a Hoyas fan. Coming back with a head of steam and a little bit more life here, stepping with his foot on the line. That was for 3. Pardon me, Jasmine Walker is feeling it. That was for 2. Two-pointer. 112-102. Driving the left side, Jeremy Hart, ball swatted away, but still makes its way in. Jeremy Hart with the effort and the bucket. Juwan Hall, hard elbow and shoulder by Caleb Creighton. Draws the ire and the whistle. Caleb Creighton's first.
Dallas Hoyas foul, first personal. Charged to number 7, Caleb Creighton.
(114-102) Hoyas. 3:06 remain in regulation. And that being enough team fouls, that said, sends Juwan Hall to the line. Juwan Hall rattles it home. 4 of 5 from the line today. (114-104). 10-point Hoyas lead with 3 minutes exactly remaining in regulation. Jeremy Hart to the right side. Stutter step and fouled on his way up by Wendell Tebow. Tebow's third.
Alamo City foul, a shooting foul. His third of the game, number 32, Wendell Tebow. At the line for 2, Jeremy Hart.
Jeremy Hart's first trip to the stripe this evening. Live from Dallas, Texas, NABL action in Week 10, Western Conference. In and out, no good by Jeremy Hart. Jeremy Hart, one of the trade deadline additions by Paul Parker. The trade deadline was May 20th at midnight. He had a Jordan Williams as well. Off the front, no good. Rebound. Aztecs to Juan Hall. To Jessamine Walker. Stutter step. Fouled on his way in. Shot as a drop, but headed to the line. Aztecs won a goaltending. Officials Gary Dotson and Terrence Caraway will confer. And coming in to be the deciding factor is Nelson Isles. Basket does not count. KJ Hines with the foul, I believe. KJ Hines with the foul.
His second of the evening. Number 35, KJ Hines. Timeouts on the floor.
Well, 2:53 remains in the fourth quarter. A 10-point Hoyas lead, 114 to 104. Major players in the second half of the Hoyas to earn this lead and subsequently keep it. And I have to say, brilliant bench coaching today by head coach Paul Parker. And after 12 in the first half, Jeremy Hart has come back out with 20 total. Bruce Barron sits with 13. Charlie Shorter, who has 5 points, but my goodness, has just been a maestro by dishing the ball. Just 5 for sure. Beautiful assists. 2 of those alley-oops. And after the media timeout, we reconvene for free throws taken by Jessamine Walker, who is 3 for 4 today, now 4 for 5. Remains a 10-point lead, 2:53 remains. 114 to 105. Trimming it down to single digits, 9-point Hoyas advantage. 2:49 left in regulation. Jeremy Hart near side. Goes to his left. Wants to drive the lane. He's been doing that all day. Finger rolls it in. Jeremy Hart. 2:36 left to go and ticking in the fourth. 116-105 Dallas. Aztecs with the ball. Mr. Fourth Quarter himself, Jessamine Walker, spins to his left. Loses the ball. Caleb Creighton picks it back up. Two-handed pass. Now behind the back and slam, but no good for Jordan Williams. Ball tipped out of bounds in a hard collision on his way out. But okay, no harm, no foul, Chris Freeman. I believe the ball will be, well, it will be Alamo City's. I thought an Aztec had come by and behind Caleb Creighton poked that away, but what do I know? 116 to 105, 11-point Hoyas lead. 2:14 left to go in the fourth. Wendell Tebow goes in and he's fouled by KJ Hines. Stops things at 2:12. Pardon me, 2:10 left to go.
Hoyas foul, shooting foul, his third personal, number 35, KJ Hines.
Wendell Tebow rattles in and out. And whether at the charity stripe or anywhere on the floor, the Aztecs cannot buy a bucket in this second half. They just simply cannot. Goodness. And frustration certainly has mounted to its zenith on the Alamo City bench. Tebow does sink his second. And that edges the lead back to 10. 116-106. Approaching 2 minutes. Ball stripped away from Brandon Regis. Come back the other way of the Aztecs. Right side and fouled with 2 minutes left exactly in the fourth. And it has been a field day for KJ Hines in these last couple of minutes. Just quickly has picked up his fourth.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his fourth personal, number 35, KJ Hines.
So with 2 minutes and frozen here in the fourth quarter to go, 116 to 106. The Aztecs are getting to the line, but we'll see if Juan Hall can make the count. Yes, he does. 5 of 6 from the stripe today. Has not had a field goal in the second half. Makes them both.
2 minutes.
Far side, Hoyas with the ball and the lead, 116-108. Aztecs have crept closer. Foul on the way in. Chris Freeman holds up his hands. That will be his fifth. And we'll send Jordan Williams to the line.
Alamo City shooting foul, his fifth personal. Number 13, Chris Freeman. Shooting to
Jordan Williams sinks the first. And at this point, any point is a crucial one with 1:44 left to go in the fourth. Jarvis Bradley checks back in, so does Bruce Barron, Caleb Creighton, Alonzo Butler step out. C.J. Carter back on the floor as well. It is Jordan Williams, Bruce Barron, Jarvis Bradley, Jeremy Hart, and C.J. Carter. Guard-heavy lineup as Alamo City rolls it all the way down. Wendell Tebow picks it up, loses the handle. C.J. Carter ends up with a credit to steal to Carter. And Jeremy Hart, far side, taking his time. 90 seconds remain. 118-108. And that should be it for Chris Freeman. That is it.
Alamo City foul, his sixth and final personal of the game. Number 13, Chris Freeman. 2 shots for the Warriors on the line.
118-108. Chris Freeman is just fouled out of the game. And a timeout on the floor. We'll be back for the conclusion of this one after this. 127 remains in regulation, 118-108. Don't go anywhere on NABLbasketball.com.
Timeouts on the floor.
And back here for the conclusion of this matchup between the Dallas Hoyas and Alamo City Aztecs, week number 10 in the North American Basketball League. The Hoyas looking to even their Western Conference record at 3-3 and 4-4 overall. The Aztecs hoping to bounce back and end up in the positive side of the column, trying to go up to 4-3, but trailing 118-108 with 127 remaining in the fourth as Jeremy Hart misses his first. .127 remains. Jeremy Hart trying to make this an 11-point game and does. 119-108. 127 left to go in the fourth. And a full-court defense by the Hoyas. All right. Far side, Juwan Hall off the front of the rim, no good. Jarvis Bradley puts a sneaker in the face of Ryan Johnson. No foul, and a hard rejection and foul from over the back by Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams' second personal. Sends Alamo City back to the line, perhaps maybe unnecessarily.
Dallas Hoyas foul, his second personal. Number 13, Jordan Williams.
And a wet spot will be once again remedied. Well, if you're just joining us here at NABLbasketball.com, the Dallas Hoyas sputtered to begin this one, and it was 57-56 Alamo City at the half. Alamo City the entire way, led throughout the first half of action, save for a few seconds in the first quarter. As Paul Parker is having a bit of a loving discussion with official Gary Dotson, who's been at this a long time. You know, Paul Parker's feeling it when he's arguing with an 11-point lead with 1:13 remaining in the game. But Donovan Gage from the line, shooting 2. Ball is up, and Donovan Gage just having an atrocious day from the line. He has missed all of them. That is all 7. $119 to 108. That's the guy you want to hack a shack. 108 remains in the fourth. Hoyas up. C.J. Carter hoping to run out the string and the play. Hands it to Bruce Barron, but the ball tipped from behind. Good defensive play by Wendell Tebow. Ball goes to Alamo City. Tebow punches it out. It still makes contact with Barron, trying to save it. And we're inside of a minute. 58 ticks remaining in the fourth. Jessamine Walker. He's just all over the court. Jessamine Walker, nowhere to go, almost travels, and collisions, bodies fly. Ball flies out of bounds, and nothing to do for Alamo City at this point. But Bruce Barron having a hard time getting back up. And Bruce Barron favoring his left knee and has to go back down. So, in what ultimately would not be a critical moment of the game with an 11-point lead, 46 ticks left, certainly no intentional foul, no foul called whatsoever, no ill will of any player over one. Just an unfortunate event, as earlier in the season, in fact, in the Illinois road trip, Bruce Barron had what essentially was a high ankle sprain. But we're back underway. Let's hope he didn't re-aggravate it. 42 seconds and running in the fourth quarter. 119-108 Hoyas. Hoping to close this out for the win. Jeremy Hart dribbling his heart out. Misses the shot. Alamo City has 30 seconds to do something. Gets it across the stripe. Ryan Johnson underneath from the right side. Johnson has 7. 15 seconds remain. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, buzzer beater Ryan Johnson, and that is it. Hoyas win 119 to 110 over Alamo City. A comeback victory. Hoyas move up to this one, 119 to 110, the final today. Thank you for watching at NABLbasketball.com.
The Dallas